Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you. And that's depending where you are in the world. It's our nighttime devotion, Sabbath blessings, one and all. It is the Sabbath. We entered the hours of the Sabbath at approximately 4:15 this afternoon. We're reading from the devotional Conflict and Courage. Reading from the devotional Conflict and Courage. The title today, Taught by Nature. Job 12:7-9 reads, But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord had wrought this? Although the earth was blighted with the curse, nature was still to be man's lesson book. It could not represent goodness only, for evil was everywhere present, marring earth and sea and air with its defiling touch. In drooping flower and falling leaf, Adam and his companion witnessed the first signs of decay. Vividly was brought to their minds the stern fact that every living thing must die. Even the air upon which life depended bore the seeds of death. Continually, they were reminded also of their lost dominion. Among the lower creatures, Adam had stood as king, and so long as he remained loyal to God, all nature acknowledged his rule. But when he transgressed, his dominion was forfeited. The spirit of rebellion, to which himself had given entrance, extended throughout the animal kingdom. But man was not abandoned to the results of the evil he had chosen. In the sentence pronounced upon Satan was given an intimation of redemption. The sentence, spoken in the hearing of our first parents, was to them a promise. Before they heard of the thorn and the thistle, of the toil and sorrow that must be their portion, or of the dust to which they must return, they listened to words that would not fail of giving them hope. All that had been lost by yielding to Satan could be regained through the Christ. After the transgression of Adam, God might have destroyed every opening bud and blooming flower, or he might have taken away their fragrance, so grateful to the senses. In the earth seared and marred by the curse, in the briars, the thistles, the thorns, the tares, we may read the law of condemnation. But in the delicate color and perfume of the flowers, we may learn that God still loves us, and his mercy is not wholly withdrawn from the earth. Taught by nature. So, even though sin ruined everything, God did not completely let everything go. Yes, even though everything would die eventually. The flowers would die, animals would die, man would die. Of course, it wasn't straight away. It was over that period or a period of time. But it showed that God did not abandon his creation because of sin. He still allowed the beauty of the flowers, the smell of the flowers of his creation still to bloom and then to fade. But then there was more. And there was a whole recreation from creation. Man would create more man, animals create more animals. Procreation. After the transgression of Adam, God could have destroyed everything else. Every budding flower, blooming flower, could have taken away the smell, could have taken away everything that our senses are grateful for. When we see them, our eyes, when we smell them, our smell, our noses. But everything pointed to the Christ that would come and put everything back as it should be, to reclaim dominion over sin. And that's why Jesus is named the second Adam, because whereas Adam should have remained sinless, the Christ came, known as the second Adam, who did remain sinless, and he did what Adam should have done. Yes, he did die, but because he died sinless, he didn't remain dead. And he still lives in now the immortal state, so that we can also become as Adam once was, somewhat immortal. But Adam didn't reach that because he sinned. He was not allowed to partake of the tree of life. When we do get to heaven, we then will be able to take of the tree of life and remain immortal. Enjoy Sabbath. God bless you.